Steve Wise, our founder, many of you may know, sends his love, his regards. He was supposed to be here today. He had some health issues. He had like an infection. He couldn't get on his flight, but all is good. He is still there fighting Happy's case basically every single day of his life. Even when the doctor tells him that he should take a break, he doesn't, and that's why we love him. So I also wanted to steal one of Steve's lines to open here. He gave me permission to do so. So, you know, one of the most popular exhibits here at the Bronx Zoo right now is an animatronic dinosaur display. They're like robotic dinosaurs. All the kids can't wait to go. How many kids are running right by the monorail because they don't care, they want to go see the dinosaur? Well, there are other dinosaurs here. They're the leadership of the Wildlife Conservation Society and the Bronx Zoo, including James Berhini, the director of the Bronx Zoo. As Courtney said, there is an offer. They don't have to pay a dime to see Happy and Patty go to a sanctuary, and yet they refuse to do so. Why? We can't say. I think it's because they don't want to be seen to be giving in to us, right? The crazy animal people. So can I hear a little, can we give a little yell for James Berhini from the crazy animal people right now so he can hear us? One more. I think he heard that. So the court case for Happy is very exciting. We're all here. We're trying to get her out any way we can, whether it's through a judge recognizing finally that an animal can have a right, or if it's through the Bronx Zoo finally deciding to do the right thing, or if it's someone like Corey Johnson or other elected officials who weigh in and use their influence to make sure that this happens. We are convinced it is going to happen one way or another. But as long as they don't go along and do the right thing, we will continue the court case. So actually next week we have a conference, a hearing in the Bronx trial court. Some of you may know we originally filed Happy's case in upstate New York back in October for a number of kind of technical legal reasons. And I love how many honkers we get, by the way. It's really great. This, I think it's a sign. I love the sign of public support. And so, you know, we brought the case up there. The judge ultimately transferred the case. Some of you may remember this story from last time. But in the meantime, you know, we've been waiting to hear, is the Bronx going to give us a hearing? So we now know the case is live and well in the Bronx. We have a conference next week where we're going to go and kind of deal with some preliminary issues. But we're also continuing to file motions and papers and basically counter every single argument that the Bronx Zoo makes. And I can't help but mention this. So we just got a filing yesterday from the Bronx Zoo's lawyers 2 days ago, basically opposing us, a motion. And in those papers, they actually talked about our last rally. And so they said, basically, you know, you guys aren't, you know, you're asking for this relief, but instead of doing your legal work, you're having rallies. So basically, the Bronx Zoo, through their lawyers, is trying to shame us from being out here and saying what we feel and what we think, and saying that we should, you know, just focus on one thing, leave all this alone. I think that all of you are a testament, and really, I'm looking at so many of you, which is amazing, is it our testament to the fact that, no, we're not going to just wait. We're going to keep pushing on every single thing, any angle that we think we can, and all of you are tremendously important in that. So things like Twitter, you know, that was a big breakthrough for us. The last rally, which many of you were at, helped create a bit of media, which helped get us viral, which helped bring in all of these elected officials. So there's now a huge spotlight on this Bronx Zoo that was not there before. And, you know, I'm in my 30s. I have not even been alive as long as Happy. And it's heartbreaking to think that everything I've done in my life, gone to law school, moved around the country, gone around the world, and all of that time, Happy has never left a patch of ground that's not that much bigger than this area that we're standing in outside here today. And that to me is so patently, obviously wrong. And I think all of you obviously agree. But even people who are just trying to take their kids to the zoo and have a day, right? This is not about an attack on them. It's not about an attack on the zoo. It's about a recognition that we have to begin recognizing rights somewhere, and there's just simply no universe where it's appropriate to have an elephant behind me here in the Bronx Zoo. So thank you all so much for coming. And please do stay in touch. If we need to come back here again, we will. We'll keep coming back until they do the right thing. And the court case also moving ahead. We are cautiously optimistic and hopeful. You know, one thing I should say before I stop is actually a very encouraging note. So, you know, it was the Bronx Zoo's lawyers that were making all the arguments why the case had to be transferred here to the Bronx. We wanted to keep it upstate, again, for all these technical legal reasons. But I'm starting to get a weird feeling that the clerks in the Bronx and the people who work in the court, they're actually a little more sympathetic to us than I think these people would have realized. And so I'm hoping that it's a case of be careful what you wish for. And that's certainly what I think. That's certainly, and we're about to, all of us, our staff, all of the Nonhuman Rights Project, we're all getting together from here. We're going upstate, and we're going to spend 5 days basically straight in a room together, figuring out not only how to get Happy the hell out of here, but how to really do it in a big way for many more animals, and how to keep giving all of you resources and tools so that you can help us accomplish this through your efforts as well. So thank you all again, and please, if you aren't following us, nonhumanrights.org. You can sign up for our newsletter. You'll get all the updates about rallies and everything else that we're doing. So please do that, and thank you again for your support.